They call this place the home of heroes. And it stretches far beyond the Utes and the Apache Sea. Something was strategic about this setting. It was sort of like God was handed this rigid mound of clay and intentionally thumbprinted a flat spot, knowing that here, the residents would awake looking upwards. And naturally, the rest of their bodies would follow suit, forcing their sleeves to roll up on impulse. I want to welcome you to Pueblo, the steel city of the West. You can ask Pittsburgh about them, and they'll tell you that steel cities, they don't sleep because they run on the railroad-strained but still standing spinal columns of their workers. Coking coal to flaming furnace pig iron, promptly skimming slag to make molten miracles in open hearths, just so we could watch our scrapers stretch skyward while they stand strong, shielded from successes behind scars, sparks, squeaking steel, and smokestack signals billowing these blue-collar badges of honor and daily. Puebloans awake, gazing at greenhorn ridge lines and inhaling steel heroism. This secondhand smog simmered in their lungs, so when they left the city, they spread soot-filled swagger, most prominent in Italy, Vietnam, and Korea, where 4 men gazed at shooting stars until they turned silver. At that point, they scooped them from the sky and pinned them to their chests. See, there's one thing that a doctor won't tell you about inhaling too much. It's that steel smoke. It tends to stain the heart purple. For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity, at the risk of his life, above and beyond the call of duty, the Medal of Honor goes to Staff Sergeant Drew Dennis Dix, United States Army from Pueblo, Colorado. Private William J. Crawford, United States Army from Pueblo, Colorado. Captain Carl L. Sitter, United States Marine Corps from Pueblo, Colorado. Second Lieutenant Raymond G. Murphy, United States Marine Corps from Pueblo, Colorado. Upon receiving their rewards, President Eisenhower jokingly asked, "What is it with that water in Pueblo?" Hastened to laugh. I'm sure Jerry reflected on his parents' portrayals of the most putrid day in Pueblo's history. In the summer of 1921, amidst a dust-drenched desert, the sky opened up and the heavens poured out, flushing Fountain Creek into the Arkansas's acrimony, both surrendering their surge onto the city. The water was thick and swarthy like the ingrained darkness on the workers' hands. All noise was consumed with the steam siren ringing, water pressure busting windows, and the screams of those trapped and dying from beneath you. You could hear them getting ripped away unwillingly. The stench was unlike any you could imagine, like livestock and human remains decomposing into a carcass stew and being covered in it. There were few and far ways in and out of the city, so they just sat there and let it stick to their bodies. They went from civilian to refugee in hours. Morning came upon them, with the crimson sun blanched in smoke from the Foreman Paint Company exploding onto the lumberyard, forcing fire-drawn logs into the spillage sea. If the water wasn't going to finish them off, then the fire sure was. But they're still there. So if you're lost, I want you to head south to where the Fountain Creek meets the Arkansas. Step into that water. Dig your hands into that sand. Pull up a remnant from the 21 flood. Put it to your ear like a conch shell. And once you hear those screams, you will know that you're in Pueblo, the steel city of the West. This home to heroes, where there are people awake looking up, and blue collars, well, you see, they're worn, just like badges of honor.